Hi there everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to be doing the Fictional Boyfriend Tag. And yes, this tag is really old. Probably really old. I actually don't know who made this tag, but if I find it, I will leave it down below for y'all. But I thought it would be cool to basically do some tags that I've never done before, and plus I thought it would be really fun to tag some new booktubers out there who haven't done this tag before either. By the way, I don't have a lot of the books that I'm going to be talking about today that these boyfriends are from because I didn't take a bunch of them to college with me, so most of the books I have with me in college are books I haven't read yet, so I don't have a lot of them. I maybe have one or two of the books that I'm going to talk about. There's going to be a lot of pictures on the screen instead of the physical book. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is The Most Romantic Boyfriend, and I'm going to have to go with Maxon from the Selection series by Kiara Cass. Let's just say when I started reading these books, I was absolutely obsessed with Maxon. Yes, I was Team Maxon all the way from the beginning, and just the way that he cared for America, it just got me in the feels, and I was like, I want a boyfriend who does that for me. Like, come on. He would just do the romantic acts for not just her, but most of the girls that were in the competition, but mainly my sole focus was on America. But he just did amazing romantic things for these girls, and I just think he would be like the most romantic boyfriend ever. And the next one is a dark and moody bad boy, but has a good side. And I'm going to have to go with Rowan Whitethorn from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. When we are first introduced to Rowan in Heir of Fire, he is not so nice. I didn't really like him at the beginning because he just hassled Selena at that point over and over and over again. He was kind of broody, and yeah, he was a bad boy, but then we get to see what happens to him later on in these books. He definitely has a good side there. If you've read Empire of Storms, oh my god. Him in Empire of Storms, he definitely has a good side, but he's still that brooding bad boy that everyone loves. Number 3 is your paranormal boyfriend, and for this one I'm going to have to go with Akiva from Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. If you didn't know, Akiva is, in the name of the sense, an angel, kind of an angel. He has these magnificent wings that help him fly, and he's gorgeous. He is dark and brooding at sometimes. I could have put him at number 2. I've only read the first book, so I don't fully know everything that goes on with him, but we do get a little bit of backstory of him in this book, so we get that little sense of goodness, but he is mostly, I think, the most paranormal one that I would want to be my boyfriend. So next I have kind of a throwback book, and this is Fang from Maximum Ride by James Patterson. So I grew up with all of the Maximum Ride books. Let's just say in middle school and elementary school, Fang was my go-to boyfriend, and he was this brooding guy who also got into a bunch of trouble with Max and the other flock members, and he did some kind of not okay stuff in my opinion in the last couple of books, and so I was like, you know what, I'll tame you and it'll be fine. You're gonna be happy again, you'll be yourself again, because I don't really remember what happens in the last couple books with him, but I know what happens in the book with him and the clone, which I wasn't okay with. So yeah, boy, you need to be tamed. Number 5 is The Boy You'd Friend Zone, and the obvious choice that I am picking right now is Tamlin from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. No one wants to be with him. If you've read the first book only, or haven't read the series yet, you'll understand what I mean. But for those of you who have read all of the books, I bet you agree with me. We don't want to get into that at all, so we need to friend zone the crap out of him, because I'm not going through that. No, 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 no. Number 6 is your soulmate, and for this one I am choosing Rhysand from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Miss Sarah J. Maas. Oh my god. And I love him, and I want him, and I want a man like him. He's just perfect. He's perfect. He makes me laugh, he makes me cry, he makes me want someone like him, because he is amazing. Okay, I can't talk about him anymore because he's literally my soulmate and I want him so badly. The next one is the boyfriend you'd elope with. And I have to go with Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. I mean, who doesn't want to marry Mr. Darcy? Come on. Mr. Darcy is absolutely husband goals. Him and Elizabeth are amazing together, but like, Elizabeth, can I have him? Can I marry him, please? He'd just be the perfect person to elope with because he would totally be down for eloping with the love of his life and think I could be the love of his life. I'm just saying. The next one is the boyfriend you would venture anywhere with. And I'm going to have to go with Andrew Parrish from The Edge of Never by J.A. Radmirsky. And this is honestly because him and Cameron go on this kind of like road trip together and they go through so many struggles together and also places together, and he takes care of her and she takes care of him. It's like a balancing relationship and I want that. Like, that would be freaking amazing, and I just think he would be a perfect person to go on a road trip with or venture anywhere with because he's a very resourceful guy and he's also really gorgeous, so I wouldn't mind going anywhere with him. Number 9 is the boyfriend you'd want to be stranded on a desert island with, and I'm going to go with Thorn from The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. And basically when I first saw this question, I immediately thought of him and Cress in the desert from the book Cress. Spoiler alert if you haven't read Cress yet. Even though he was blind and he didn't really see what was going on with Cress and he didn't know where he was, he still knew how to take care of her and tell her what to do, and he was just so resourceful, and he's an amazing character. Cress and Thorn are my favorite couple in that book series, so he's just amazing, and he would be the perfect person to know what to do on a desert island, I think. And number 10 is the most badass boyfriend, and I'm going to have to go with Chaol from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. In the first couple books, you would understand why I picked him, but then later on in the series, you may hate him or not like him, but in this book, oh my gosh, I fell in love with him again, and I would totally want him to be my boyfriend. I wish he could be my boyfriend because I fell in love with him again after this book. But he is so badass, it's ridiculous. Spoiler alert if you have not read all of the Throne of Glass series. Even though he is in a wheelchair in this book and he is crippled, he still is so badass. He is. I'm sorry, he is. And he goes through so much mental heartache and physical heartache. It is just like amazing how much he went through, and I think he is a total badass and totally would want him as my boyfriend. So those are all 10 questions for the fictional boyfriend tag. I hope you all enjoyed. This was kind of a throwback video, so hopefully y'all want more of those. I don't really know. Let me know down in the comments. But anyway, I am going to leave the people I'm going to tag down below. Look down there to see if you were tagged. Also, let me know down below who your best fictional boyfriend is. I would love to know. Mine's obviously Reese because he's my soulmate. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all soon with a new video. Bye.